Welcome to The Late Show. I am your host, Stephen Colbert. First of all, woohoo, indeed. Happy New Year, everybody. It's 2022, an unprecedented third straight year of 2020. But you know what? Let's be positive. It's a new year, and I have a pretty good feeling about 2023. I hope you celebrated New Year's responsibly, and if you didn't, I hope you're fully recuperated, because this year's second biggest medical headline is that scientists say there are no hangover cures, which is terrible news for Andy Cohen. Andy, for those who may have missed it, co-hosted CNN's New Year's Eve special alongside Anderson Cooper, who got a front row seat to this.
Let me tell you something.
Oh, please. Tell us something, Andy.
Watching Mayor de Blasio
Don't go on a rant.
do his
Don't go on a rant.
victory lap dance
Don't.
after 4 years of the
This is how you want to
crappiest
start the
term
new year.
as the mayor of New York. The
That's how
only
you wanna
thing
start the new
that
year?
Democrats and Republicans can
That's
agree
how-
on
I mean,
is
this is
what
how-
a horrible mayor
is
he
how
has
he-
been.
Wow.
So, sayonara, sucker.
Whoa. Usually, when someone gets that angry drunk on live TV, they have to go explain their behavior to Andy Cohen. Andy addressed his rant the next day, tweeting, "Good morning. I was a bit overserved last night. Andy, you can't really blame the bartender when you were the bartender. You think we wouldn't notice that you were the one pouring the drinks? We watched what happened live." Apparently, they were also whooping it up in the CNN control room because they got duped into airing tweets from fake accounts named Bend Over, Mike Oxlong, and Dixie Normuss. Not to mention being pranked by the fakest name of all, Wolf Blitzer. It's embarrassing to get tricked by Twitter trolls, which is why I want to take a moment to thank some of the Late Show viewers who alerted me to this story on Twitter. Ivana Umpu, Luke Attertush, Dustee LaBia, and real name McPenis Boobs. Times Square was less crowded than originally planned. Thanks to Omicron, over the past week, an average of more than 400,000 cases have been reported each day in the United States, tripling from 2 weeks ago. That is awful. The only thing that should be tripling over the holidays is my BMI. The good news is that if results from South Africa are to be believed, this surge could be over quickly. Here's Dr. Scott Gottlieb facing the nation yesterday.
If South Africa is any guide, this is about a 2-month epidemic wave from start to finish. I think certainly by the end of February, we will be through this.
Okay, Omicron should be over by February. Quick follow-up, doctor. What year? Of course, the end of February, if it's this year, means that Omicron won't be gone in time for Valentine's Day. So, unfortunately, we're going to need new candy hearts that say honest things like, "Don't kiss me," "Stay away," and "You are hot because fever." In the meantime, this fifth wave, this is the fifth wave, right? Because what was Delta? 4, it was 4, okay. I can count. The fifth wave is putting a real strain on our transportation system due to pandemic-related staff shortages. More than 12,000 flights were canceled between Christmas Eve and New Year's Day, and here in New York City, staffing issues led to the suspension of several subway lines. What? Closing the subway because of germs is like closing Broadway because of jazz hands. Of course, it's not just New York. It's not just New York, John.
It's
It's not.
It's other places.
It's other places.
Yes.
Nowhere is safe at this point. Even an Antarctic research station was hit by a COVID-19 outbreak. Now, no one knows exactly which researcher carried the virus to the station, leading one biologist to say this:
I don't know who to trust.
The outbreak at the research station happened despite workers being fully vaccinated and based in one of the world's remotest regions. Yes, so few people there. Scientists say the only place on Earth with fewer people is any movie theater showing The Last Duel. Anyone here seen The Last Duel? No one here has seen The Last Duel. Thankfully, so far, Omicron seems to be milder for most people than Delta was. Last week, the CDC announced it's cutting isolation time for Americans who test positive from 10 days to 5. They also say you can swim right after you eat. Breaking a mirror only gives you 4 years bad luck. And stepping on a crack won't break your mother's back, but her back will just be very disappointed. So, why'd the CDC change the rules mid-game? CDC director and my guest tonight, Dr. Rochelle Walensky, said the new guidelines are to keep the critical functions of society open and operating. But people are a little suspicious because just days before the new guidelines were released, the CEO of Delta Airlines asked the CDC for a 5-day isolation. Well, that's just long-standing policy. If your business is named after a variant, you get to make one rule. Just one. Oh, there is news about Georgia Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, seen here selecting a tribute for the Hunger Games. Yesterday, Twitter permanently suspended Greene's personal account. I didn't see that coming. I did not see that coming. That's right, she is out of there. Now, to spread the word about Jewish space lasers, she'll have to use Mormon carrier pigeons. Don't know why I had to turn to do that. I don't know. Greene had been temporarily suspended in the past for spreading COVID misinformation, but her latest online lie about COVID violated Twitter's 5-strike policy. Yes, 5 strikes. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, you only get 2 more foolings after that. Speaking of insane people trying to destroy everything, we're approaching the 1-year anniversary of the January 6th insurrection. In lieu of flowers, the rioters are asking for money in their prison canteen accounts. Congress Select Committee has spent the last 6 months investigating, and they've had some luck sussing out the day's movements by former President Filet-O-Fool. For instance, on January 6th, they now know the former president was sitting in the dining room next to the Oval Office watching the riots unfold on television, which means on January 6th, 2021, there were no reruns of the Flintstones. But his viewing, sure. Flintstones, sure. But his viewing was interrupted. According to Congresswoman Liz Cheney, we have first-hand testimony that his daughter Ivanka went in at least twice to ask him to please stop this violence. Didn't work. Everyone knows he doesn't listen to his kids. We got to send in his trusted military advisor, Colonel Sanders. I say, stop this violence. It's finger-licking bad. So a first-hand source said Ivanka tried to stop it. I wonder who had the courage to come forward to make the former first daughter look this good. And I'm being told we have a photo of this mystery witness. The committee has also been investigating why it took the former president so long to address the mob on January 6th. Well, apparently, he kept having to retape his video telling fans to leave the Capitol riot, which may explain his 187-minute silence during the attack. Over 3 hours of silence from the former president. That's an unheard of phenomenon that Melania calls my dream date. Insiders say that he had to reshoot a video during the riot because he wouldn't say the right thing. Okay, but what were these people expecting? Not saying the right thing is kind of his thing. That's like saying we have to reshoot this Kool-Aid commercial because that giant pitcher keeps smashing through the brick wall. But wait, there's more. Because the committee has asked the National Archives for the videos that were never posted. Oh, good. We're gonna get to see all the bloopers. And like all the best bloopers, I hope there's one where he gets hit in the nuts. We got a great show for you tonight. My guest is CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky. Stick around.